This is the Kodak Brownie Vecta from 1963. Every camera has a story, and the story of this camera I'm going to split into two parts. The first part of the story of this camera is the person that designed it, and in many ways I think that's the more interesting part of the story. The Kodak Brownie Vecta camera was designed in the early 1960s by Kenneth Grange, or should I say Sir Kenneth Grange. He designs several of the point-and-shoot cameras that Kodak produced at the time, but also he did some amazing other work in other areas. He designed the nose cone and the internal layout of the Intercity 125 railway. He designed electric whisks for Kenwood. He designed angle poise lamps. He made razors for Wilkinson swords. His design philosophy was that everything should be really easy to use and it should make sense to the person that was using it. Maybe that's something that camera manufacturers could learn from today. So this little camera, which takes 127 film, is designed to be used upright because most people take portraits. These indentations here are so that you can get a solid grip on the camera. So the camera is really easy to use. You look through the viewfinder, which is here, and well, you don't hard to finger it, wind it on, and you take the picture. Wind it on till you hear a click, and take the picture. Now the click here is actually just triggering the shutter. The frame numbers go past this little red window here, so we start at 1 and we work through to the end. This is, as I said, a 127 film camera, so it's not that easy for me to use today because I don't have any 127 film. So we have a camera which is very, very easy to use, and it's also easy to get in and out of. These clips on this side of the camera and this side of the camera, release the back. The 127 roll of film goes in here and it's fed across the aperture here and it's collected in the take-up spool here. When the film is used up, we end up with a full spool here, an empty spool here. So I need to take this out. Let's imagine this was the full spool and that would go off to be developed, or I would do it myself. And then the spool that was at the top here, this place, will then be transferred to the bottom. As easy as that. Okay, so it is a solid built body. It's got an eye level viewfinder. It was introduced in 1963. It was discontinued in 1966. As I've said, the roll film is 127 film. The picture size, the negative size, is 1 5/8 inch by 2.5 inches. It has a single shutter speed, don't know what that is, and it has a plastic f/14 lens. I know that the lens is quite cheap simply because of the curvature here. This means that this point and this point and this point are all the same distance from the lens, and that is a brilliant design feature of the cheaper Kodak and other manufacturer cameras, but it does show the limitations of the lens. Manufactured in the UK, very, very short life as a camera. You can't get the films, but it's quite a nice ornament. Well worth the money that I paid for it.